Hello everyone, how are you guys doing?
Good. Hi.
Hi. Hi Pam, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Awesome. How's your weekend going on?
Well, I took today off, so I'm going to have a 3-day weekend. So I'm relaxing.
Awesome. Okay, so I understand, like this time I have taken quite a long time, right? Normally, as you know, Pam, I would do like a lot of sessions, but this time I took a bit more time because I was coming up with something really interesting, something really big. Okay, now the thing is, um, weight loss or any kind of goals that we have in our lives, it's to a certain extent, it's feasible. We can all do it. For example, if you want to lose weight, we can do it. If we want something in our life, we can do it. But very often we see that the problem is in our minds, right? It's in our self-doubt. We think that something is too tough, and we think that it may not always be possible. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm creating a lot of content on mindset, a lot of content on fitness, and trying to bridge the gap, you can say. I'm trying to find the places where people give up or where people stop their journey, where they get demotivated, and also the places where they can again start to move on, because like we always discuss, it's all in our minds. And today's episode, today's session is also going to be just about that. It's going to be about mindset. It's going to be about meditation, and it's going to be about healing. So basically, we're going to have a little bit of recap of what we did in the last session. But before that, let me tell you a bit more about myself, although I know most of you already know it. I'm Nusrat. I'm a mindset and fitness coach, and many of you were wondering, where am I from? I'm from Bangladesh, and I am also the owner of a weight loss academy where we work with fitness and spirituality. So basically, we just do not work with like weight loss and fitness goals. We also focus on increasing our energy, being more confident, and also getting in touch with our spiritual side, like with law of attraction techniques, with meditation, with affirmations. And that's enough of me. I would like to know a bit more about you, okay? Like, it could be anything. What's your favorite color? No, not that. Like, it could be that. But I want to know a bit more about you. What do you want in life? And in a general perspective, like at this moment, what are you struggling with the most in fitness or in mindset or anything else? Also, let's mention where are you from in the chat, or you can say it in the audio. Mention where are you from and what are you mainly working on at the moment in your life? What is your biggest struggle? Okay. Okay. Mention in the chat where are you from and what is your biggest struggle at the moment, in your life, in your goals, in anything. Okay, I have few answers, but I'm going to wait a little longer. Okay, there are some people who have just joined right now, so welcome you all. And right now, I just asked a question that please mention in the chat. Today, we're going to talk more about you. Let's talk about each other. Mention in the chat, where are you from? And at this moment in your life, what are you struggling with the most at the moment? And it could be anything. It could be fitness, it could be life, okay? It could be career. So Pam Perry said she's from Virginia, and she has the biggest struggle right now in her life.
Right now, but later this evening.
Okay. Okay. And the biggest struggle in her life right now is perfectionism. Okay. Then Rekha says she's from India and her biggest struggle is self-doubt. Okay. So, okay. Before we move on with the next part in our session, we're going to do a small recap. Many of you were not there. Some of you were there in the previous session. So, last session was all about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And basically, for those who are new, let's just go through it all over again. In brief, our minds have two parts, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is basically what's making all the decisions, like you're sitting here, we're talking to each other, and what you're going to do in life, any kind of decisions that you make, that's your conscious mind. And the subconscious mind is more like, it's more in the back seat, These are thoughts that most of us are not always aware of, but they're like beliefs in our mind. These are patterns which we see in our everyday life. For example, your conscious mind may want to wake up early and to work out, but the subconscious mind, which can be a bit lazy, and even if you make the decision of waking up early and of working out and breaking up the sweat, your subconscious mind can actually pull you back with a feeling of lethargy, with a feeling of laziness. So even it's like going against yourself, right? Even if you want to do a diet, if you want to work out, even if you want to do this really big thing, sometimes the subconscious mind pulls us back like a string. Now, both are parts of ourselves. Both the conscious and the subconscious mind are really us, it's just us totally. So there are ways your subconscious mind can also work for. We talk about that more later in the session. But right now, I want you to understand that whatever we do in life, and even if you watch the replay, this is also going to help you. Whatever we do in life and whatever happens to us, it's hugely based on the kind of thoughts we have, the kind of beliefs we have. How many of you would agree to that? That your thoughts create your reality? If you agree, push a 1 in the chat. Our thoughts create our reality. Okay? Sometimes it's not always that much, it's not always that much apparent, right? We think that how can that be? I did not really think about such a bad thing, such a negative thing in my life. How I would never do such a thing. And then something happens, something like you get some inconvenience, you get some discomfort, like a parking ticket. You could perhaps get something like not do as good as you want in your exams, or meet up someone who's like really angry, or these are like little things. And I know that in life a lot worse happens, and things that we do not want to accept. So you might be wondering that, hey, there is no way that I or my mind or my thoughts have brought me this reality. I mean, I would never want it. But the problem, fortunately or unfortunately, our subconscious mind really does drive the car. It really does drive our engines. So yes, one way or another, it is really us who attract any kind of situation in our life, the positive and the negative. So how many of you have watched the movie The Secret? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Have you watched it? Okay, so basically over there, you're going to get the blueprint of what I'm talking about. Okay, it's been a secret for a long time, which is why the movie is called The Secret. And the good news is anybody who masters the secret, anybody who knows about it and applies it in their life is going to change, and they're going to be the drivers of their lives. Okay, they're not going to be the passengers. They're not going to be in the reactive mode. They're not going to go like, why did this happen to me, or I don't deserve this, because they're not going to take their car. They're going to become the drivers of their lives. Okay, they're not going to take their cars to the place they do not want to. And this does not mean that when we think of, when we think of good thoughts and good things happen to us, bad things or negative things will never happen. That's not the goal here. When we're in life, we're going to face struggle, we're going to face obstacles one way or another, but it can be reduced. So in The Secret movie, they talk about law of attraction. They talk about how our thoughts really do create our realities. And in this session, before the meditation, and the meditation is also connected to it, this is what we are also going to talk about. Okay, so if you remember the last session we spoke about how most of our thoughts are usually negative. Okay, also you're going to find more and more of this content on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching it on YouTube, that's great. And if you are on Zoom, then you can subscribe to me at like Nusrat Pritz YouTube channel. Margaret asked that where can I find the movie? Okay, Margaret, you can find it anywhere. It's a pretty popular movie, The Secret. I think you could even watch it in YouTube. I'm not sure, but I think you can. Yes, Pam says if you have Netflix or YouTube, yep, it's there. So the movie is basically about law of attraction, Margaret. And if you're into this thing, or if you're open to this idea that our thoughts create our reality, and by changing the pattern of our thoughts, we can therefore shift our reality, I think this is really, really going to benefit you. And I do encourage everyone to watch it. So in the last session, we were talking about how most of our thoughts are negative, and that's kind of weird, right? Do you catch yourself thinking a negative thought? I don't really remember myself thinking a negative thought. From what I remember, in the morning I was thinking about work, I was thinking about food, I was thinking about workout. I didn't really catch myself thinking anything negative. Now, this could be because I meditate a lot. That's a different story. However, when scientists did a research on it, and they did like a huge, thorough research on it, they found out that most people have maximum negative thoughts. Now, why is this important? Because just a moment ago, we were talking about it. Our thoughts create our reality. So imagine being someone who has more than 80% of negative thoughts. Does that mean that that person's life is going to be negative? If someone has more than 80% negative thoughts, there is a very good chance that that person's life might be a bit negative, right? It may not be exactly 80% negative, but the chances are that person is going to go through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of frustrations, because that person is pessimistic, you can say. Now, I want you to consider both sides of the story. So our mind acts as a filter to our reality. Okay? Our mind acts as a filter to our reality. So the thoughts you're going to think right now, if you're thinking a good thought, and if you keep on consistently thinking better and better and better thoughts, thinking how wonderful of a life you have, how wonderful of a person you are, how beautifully everything happens to you, how lucky you are. And when you keep on consistently thinking and putting a lot of effort and energy, not effort, energy into your good thoughts, it's going to slowly reflect in your life. Because like we mentioned earlier, like in the movie, as well as in that slide, as we mentioned, our thoughts create our reality. So consider how it would help you. How would it change your life? How would it change it could be your entire everything, right? Every aspect of your life, your fitness, your career. Just by thinking better thoughts, is it possible for us to live a better life? Okay, now to make it simpler, let me give an example. Think of someone who has a lot of self-doubt. They're not happy with their body, perhaps. They're not happy with who they are. Someone who gets bullied a lot, someone who has a victim mentality, okay? Now, you may have seen such a person in your school, when you were in school, in your college, or just anywhere, even in an office, even in the workplace. How does that person think? How does that person react? He or she is always in the victim mode, that why does bad things always happen to me? Why did that person do this? Why did that person do that? And when that person is suffering, when that person is being bullied, that person is often bullied again and again. You would see that people, who are bullied once, they're always bullied. They keep on getting bullied a lot. They're always in that zone until they really break free from it. And opposite to that, contrasting to that, think of someone who is like really confident, who has a lot of happiness, who thinks a lot of positive thoughts, who helps others, who is always really positive and shining. What kind of life will that person have? Now, both these people can be people side by side. They could be people in the same school, in the same office, but one of them has a really negative attitude towards life because of the situations around him, right? That person gets bullied, he's the victim, and he often feels frustrated, he often feels disappointed. And the other person is like the hero. He's like the person who's always shining, who gets good grades, who has a very friendly personality, whom other people loves to hang around with. So this person is going to have experienced a different reality. People would want to talk to him. He would always be smiling and others would be smiling back. Now, is it possible for the bullied person, for the victim person, to break free from the reality he is in? He probably has a lot of he probably has a very negative image about himself as well. If he is bullied, he's probably thinking about something is wrong with me, right? Is it possible for that person to break free and to live a life like that hero guy? It is possible, right? We do see it. We do see it sometimes, that people who were bullied in their childhood and later in life, they really shine, they become successful in their careers, they become very popular, they become very attractive in after they grow up. So our present, the moment we are at right now, it never determines our future. Our past also doesn't determine our future. We are always in a state of flow. It's like, even if we think that time is stationary, sometimes we forget that the concept of time is flow. The moment that I'm talking right now, the moment that you're listening to me, this moment is not static, right? It's moving. And every moment, every second, we have a new moment. So it is possible, if we change the dynamics in our mind, we can change the story we have around us, right? So how do we get there? How do we do that? How do we create a better story? How do we generate positive feelings so that we actually experience a better reality? Okay, one way to do it is by meditating. And every time we meditate, it really helps us clear our mind. So one thing you could do, and I always often encourage, is that when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is just sit still and focus on your breath. Try to stay away from all the negative thoughts and negative patterns. This is really going to clear our mind. And how this is going to be helpful from a psychological perspective is that when you're meditating, you're not going to allow those negative thoughts to infiltrate your mind. And when you do not allow anything negative to enter your mind, that's when you can focus on positive outcome. Now, I know that sometimes this is really hard. It is really difficult for us to always be thinking about great thoughts, to always be focusing on positive things. But it is so, so important. It is so important for our well-being, because at the end of the day, what we think gets reflected back to us. So we would want to clear it, again and again. So it's like, even if you do it today, for example, after this talk, we are going to be doing exactly that. We're going to be clearing the slate so that we can then allow the more positive thoughts, the more positive emotions to take place. Sometimes we need to really let go. It's like a canvas, or it's quite like a bin, when a bin is jammed, when a canvas is like, when there's just too much of something in your closet or anywhere, there is no space for anything new to come in, right? By clearing the slate, by removing whatever is in there, the contents, that's when we can allow better things. That's when we can put in better clothes in our closet, instead of holding on to whatever we had in the past. So that's basically step one. Meditate in the morning, clear your mind, and then allow yourself to feel positive vibration, to allow yourself to be happy. Because the happier you are, the more happiness you attract. And sometimes you can even fake it, especially if you're going through a disturbing period in your life. Now, this is what happens, it's like a ripple effect. Every time we encounter a problem in our lives, every time we fall into trouble, and we get into this pattern of anxious thoughts, of negative thoughts, that's when we enter this loop, okay? We keep on attracting more and more. For example, Suppose for some reason I got hurt physically, and then I become frustrated about it, that okay, I got hurt, I feel so sad, and my life is so this, and then while I'm in that zone, while I'm in that negative pattern, my thoughts is constantly working, right? My reality is constantly being reflected. So every time we fall into problematic part of our life, we actually attract more problems into our life because we are in that negative frequency. So the idea is, even if you are going through something really tough, even if you're going through a very difficult phase in your life, your priority should be in maintaining more confidence, a more of a positive attitude, and your focus should not be on, at least as much as possible, it should not be on fixing the problem. Even it should be on something else, on something better. Because even when we're thinking about fixing the problem again and again, we're actually still focusing on the problem, right? So your focus should be on meditating, on clearing your mind, and on thinking better thoughts. And of course, you really can think about fixing the problem as well, whatever it is in your life, but try to distract yourself, try to divert your attention. And this is like a repetitive process. Like it needs to happen again and again. For example, we shower every day, right? We take a bath every day. And why do we do that? Because even our houses needs to be cleaned every day, right? Then why not our minds? That's why just meditating once a week isn't always enough, or even doing this law of attraction techniques once a week isn't enough. The more you do it, the more you're going to repeat this, the more you're going to clean it, and then make room for better thoughts, better reality. And then sometimes we just fall again, and then again we meditate, and again clear our mind, and again focus on the positive outcome. And the more you're going to do it, the easier it gets. And at some point you're going to get so comfortable that every single day of your life you're going to be like, today is such a happy day, it's the most wonderful day of my life, I feel amazing, I feel absolutely great. And that's basically what we're also seeking. Every single one of us, do you want to be happy? Okay, if you want to be a happy person, if you want a successful life, type in yes in the chat, that yes, I want a successful life, I want to be happy. Do you want to be a happy person? Every one of us, every single person in this world wants to be happy, wants a better life. But how many of us are actually working for it in the right manner? You see people, they will get tired all day from working hard. And even then, at the end of the day, they feel a void in their hearts, right? They might feel lonely, they might feel sad, because they just do not know the right techniques. And because they keep on focusing on the problems they have in their life. Whereas instead, all they needed to do is just divert their thoughts, is just get a grasp, just get a hold of themselves, and then focus their energy on something that is positive and on something that is much more meaningful. So even in the last session, we also spoke about the safety net. The subconscious mind actually has this spring kind of effect. So in the beginning, when you're going to try out law of attraction techniques to make your life better, you're going to see that you're going to relapse again and again. One great example of this is going to be dieting or weight loss, because the first time you're going to work on losing weight, the first few times, you will see that your mind will have a tendency to go back to the state you were in, to go back to your comfortable spot, to your comfort zone. Okay, and that's why people who work on weight loss, they have a really hard time, especially if they work on it later in their lives. Like later in the sense of someone who has already delayed the process, not in age, but someone who's been thinking about doing it for years and years, and then finally steps into that courage of, I want to lose weight, I'm going to do the diet, and I'm going to do the workout. And what happens after about a week? They're going to feel that feeling of, I don't want to do it, it's too difficult, my past life was better. I was more comfortable not working out. I don't like doing the diet and all that. So their subconscious mind would simply want to drag them back to the state where they were already in. And this is nothing to be worried about. The more you're going to try and break through, the better you're going to see results. So there's going to be a few times that you're going to find it really difficult because your mind is going to go pull you back like a spring. But the more you're going to do it, at one point you're just going to break through this safety net. And this is something we spoke of in the last session. So our goal is to live an intentional life. Okay. So for example, you chose to be here. You chose to be doing this meditation. I mean, out of all the people in the world, you chose to be doing a meditation. So Pam, do you have anything to say? You have raised your hand. You can say it in the speaker. Don't worry. You can say it in your mic.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to share an example with the group because since last time, and then I had a one-on-one with you, and we were talking so much about the subconscious thoughts, and I've been really working on this for a while now, even before I started this. But the last couple of days, I was having a really hard time at work. Just everything seemed to be getting on my nerves, and I had gone back into that really negative loop. And a lot of times you don't even know it. And then it just started becoming, I became aware of my thoughts. Like I was really mad at this one person because they didn't answer my email, and and then I just said, let me just stop. And I'm aware of my thoughts. I know I need to settle them down. And that was one of the reasons I decided to take the day off today. Said, if I stay in that negative emotion, I'm going to make some bad decisions. I'm going to be that grumpy person at work. And I didn't want to be that. So I stepped back from it. I started clearing my mind. I went and got a facial this morning.
Wow.
and did this. And now I feel like I can go back to work and respond instead of react.
Awesome.
Uh,
Yes.
so
That's a great.
we're so unaware of those thoughts sometimes. And so that awareness is kind of the first thing. And also I found some tapes where I could just play those affirmations over and over and over. And I haven't been able to find a loop program yet to do them in my own voice, but I found some good ones on YouTube that I can use. And I think it's, it takes a while though to reprogram the subconscious.
Yeah.
So just wanted to, it works if you do it.
Awesome. Yes, it does. It does. And do you find any difference in your life, like after using the affirmations, after doing the meditation, compared to how you were before?
I think I do, it's not every day, all the time that, I catch myself, but I think the more and more you rinse and repeat and just keep practicing, that one day it will become that I will, my thoughts will be more positive than negative. Because I was definitely one of those people that started out with the 80% negative, so now I think I'm down to 65. I'm getting there.
Awesome. But Pamela, it's going to it might come again and again. Like when we were doing a one-on-one with each other, and I told you that sometimes, life kind of rechecks, it's going to come again and it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to let go of this belief? And then you're going to find yourself reacting from a different way. You will not be like you were before. You will not feel like the victim anymore. This time you will be like calmer, and you'll be like, yes, I choose to do that. I choose to believe that instead of this. And the moment you do that, the moment you give your surrounding, give that moment a new definition, that's when you change the meaning. So even if something turbulent comes up, and very often it does, it's like life keeps on checking on us that, hey, are you sure you want to let go of this belief? Or are you sure you want to let go of this old pattern you were in. And when you do the inner work, when you do your meditation, when you do your affirmations, and when you are aware of your thoughts, that's when you're going to be like, yeah, I don't believe this anymore. I don't need this in my life, or this is no longer a part of me. It has served its purpose. And after that, it kind of just goes away for good. After that, you're on a new zone in your life. So thank you for sharing that with all of us, Pamela. And yes, so what you said right now, everyone, that is basically what it's all about. Our thoughts, and the better we think, the more we work on our mind, the more we work on our mindset, the more we try to live an intentional life, we're going to see that that is also going to get reflected in our surrounding. Now, since according to the research, since 95% of our, since 80%, not 95, thank God to that, since 80% of our thoughts are usually negative, that's why, in fact, all of you who are here and all of you who are going to watch the replay, I would like for you to observe it. I would like for you to see, after you do the session, you're going to find people in your life or outside your life on social media. You're going to see them. They're always going to be in a reactive mode. They're going to be complaining over everything. Why does this always happen to me? I hate my life. They're going to be complaining, and you're going to be observing them, and you're going to be observing them from a point of knowing. You're going to be observing them from a point of, okay, I can understand that this person is experiencing this because that person is holding on to a negative belief, or this person is holding on to that negative pattern. And perhaps you may even be able to help them at that time. And that's basically what we work for. Someone had taught me this, and this has really helped me in my life, and now I want to share this knowledge with as many people as possible. So Pam said in the chat that I look forward to that. Yes, Pam, and you know what, you're doing an amazing job, Pam. You're really doing the work, and right now you're so calm and you're so confident about it, and you know that anything that can happen, you can overcome it, and you can really achieve success. So right now we're going to talk about setting intentions. Okay, so I would like for you all to take a few moments. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes and set an intention for yourself. So this could be something like, from now on, I will try to think better thoughts, or I'm going to try and stay more positive. So I know I talk about this a lot, but setting goals or setting intentions is really important, because like we mentioned earlier, we are very often, when we are not aware, we're very often in the reactive mode. We're very often thinking of, why does this happen to us? What did I do to deserve this? And all the negative stories keep on playing again and again in our minds. So the more you're going to set intentions, the more you're going to get, it's like taking back the reins. It's like taking back the wheels of your car. Okay. Now, instead of reacting, you are directing your car. You're going to take your life where you want it, instead of life happening to you, right? So I would like you to give you a few moments, and you can write it in the chat as well, what intention you want to set. So set an intention that from now on, or from this day, or from this year, since the year just began recently, I'm going to live my life in a more ... I'm going to live my life in a higher vibration. I'm going to live my life thinking better thoughts. I'm going to live my life with more energy, with more confidence, with more power. Okay. Whatever it is, make it positive, make it something that is meaningful for you. And if you want, you can also share it in the chat. So I'm going to give you like 2 minutes or 1 minute. Let's give you guys 1 minute to think about a powerful intention, think about a powerful thought regarding your life, where you are right now, where you want to see yourself, and just set it to the universe, just declare it to the universe. And if you want, you can also share your intention on the chat. Okay, so 1 minute it is. Okay, are we guys ready? I'm ready. I just set my intention in the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna say out aloud all the intentions that we have written. So my intention, that is me, my intention from this day onwards is that I will be living a life in a more confident version of myself. No more of settling for, no more of playing small. I'm going to be more confident, and I'm also going to live my life pushing my comfort zone. I don't want to settle for a mediocre life. I want to push my comfort zone. So Pam Perry says that from this day on, my intention will be to live from a center of love, kindness, and positive energy. Wow, that's so beautiful, Pam. I love this. Yes. Living from your heart center, living with compassion and positivity. And just the moment, when I read your words, I felt a different vibration in my own body. It's the energy. When you wrote it with so much emotion that I could feel it. I mean, I think all of you who are reading this chat, you can feel it too. So Rekha said that from today, I declare living a happier life, doing things I love, and being surrounded by people who love me. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, we all want a happier life. And, it's so important that, okay, one of the things she said, it really, really is important. Surround yourself with people, who are positive, who are a good influence in your life. You're going to see that people, who are toxic and, who are always negative, those who are surrounded by these kind of people, it doesn't matter how hard they try, at some point they're going to have a lot more low points. Our surrounding is really important. So choose your company wisely, because it's true that we should love everybody and we should always look at each other from a non-judgmental perspective. We should not judge. But yes, our surrounding, who we surround ourselves with, has a huge impact on our energies. So protect your energies, as much as possible. Try to limit, or try not to at all. If you can help it, try not to spend time with people who are like toxic for you, who are negative, who are always feeding in worries, or who do not believe in you. And instead, try to surround yourself with people who love you, who take care of you, whom you love, and who are a positive influence in your life. Okay, Margaret said that I really must work on the hostility I feel towards a close family member. From this day, I think I will think before I speak. I will give less time to my female friends who live highly negative lives. Okay. I must do lots of internal cleansing and positive feeling and thoughts. Correction, friends who live highly negative lives. Okay, yes, Margaret also has the same thing that I was talking about right now, Margaret and Rika, like the people around us, they can really feed off our energy, or they can actually, help us feel more vibrant. So it is really important for us to live, in a state where we're happy. And to do that, it's very important that we are surrounded by people who add to our happiness, and whom we also add, with whom we can share our happiness and our positive energy. So all of it was really beautiful, guys. I am so proud of you all. And yes, okay, let's just take a few seconds of silence to really let it sink in. We all have just shot out really powerful mantras to the universe that I am going to change my life. I mean, that's such a big thing, right? From this point onwards, the direction, this little pathway we have drawn on the PowerPoint, okay, that pathway, it's like we have really carved the road right now. Just as we say it, just as we are thinking about it, the direction of life is changing because we are commanding it right now. That's the kind of intentional life we want to have. We want to command, we want to be the creator of our life, the directors of our lives, instead of being the audience, instead of being the passenger. So the more you're going to command, the more you're going to actively create your reality by thinking better thoughts, by setting out intentions, by working on them. you're going to find a very, very different reality unveiling in front of you very soon. So right now, let's just give a few seconds of silence and let's just allow it to sink in, let's just allow our intentions to really dissolve in the vastness of the universe. Okay, so now, how do you feel after that moment? Let me know in the chat. Do you feel empowered? Do you feel a little difference in your mindset? Do you feel like, yeah, something great is about to happen in my life? Something is changing. How do you feel? Let me know in the chat. And okay, great. So awesome. Okay, Rekha says that she feels amazing. Awesome. And Pam says that she feels light. She feels lighter. It's like something gets lifted off us, right? The moment we decide that we do not want to hang around with that negative vibe, the moment we decide that that's it, right now, we're going to direct our life to the place we want to take it. It feels so much lighter. And Margaret says that she feels a new level of calmness and positivity. Awesome. This is very beautiful, guys. Okay. And Arifin says that he feels amazing. Awesome. Okay. So we are almost at the end of the session. And after that, we're going to do this healing and we're going to do some meditation. And I'm going to say why we're going to do it as well. But like we said at the beginning, now from the reaction mode, all of us are going to a more response mode. So the reaction mode is what you're going to see most people in, when you are doing the inner work, when you are calmer, when you're thinking, when you're deliberately creating your reality by directing your thoughts to where you want it to be, you're no longer going to be in the reaction mode, even if something happens, even if in the outside world, you are going to see something really, really negative, instead of being like super angry about it, like, why did this happen? Or why is this happening to me? You're going to be really calm and you're going to be choosing your reality at that time, and it is possible. In fact, it may even be possible that when you're doing the inner work, when you're meditating, when you're doing your affirmations, when you're working on your mindset, when you're creating your reality by deliberately thinking better, positive thoughts, you're going to see that you're no longer going to be in the reaction mode. Even if someone gets really angry and that person says something, in the past, you and even me, I used to be like going super angry, I would have like shouting that, how dare you talk to me like that? But the more I do the inner work, the more I'm meditating. And now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this person just spoke to me like that. Okay, I don't care. So you're going to, what happens? The outside world then has no power over you. And this is really, really powerful for us. I mean, even during a time like COVID, okay, if you experience something negative, and okay, today I was just talking to a friend about it, like, I think he's here right now, right? Okay, so I was saying that, a few days back, my flight got canceled, and, I really wanted to go somewhere, and I was disappointed at first that, why did it get canceled? But, since I'm doing the work and, I'm doing the meditation, so that feeling was there for like few seconds. And the next feeling was that, if this is happening, the universe has a better plan. You know, my flights got canceled. There is a greater purpose behind it. I believe in it. You know, that's when, you know, when we work together with the universe. And then I found out that, you know, after my flight got canceled, and I found that my mother is really sick regarding something. So, and then we went to the doctor and everything. So after that, I felt like, hey, if I was not in my country right now, you know, if that flight didn't get canceled, I wouldn't have been here taking care of my mother who needed urgent help. So whatever is happening, you know, it always happens for us. Like Tony Robbins says, life happens for us, not to us. Okay. So when you're in the response mode, you become a part of the universe. I mean, we are already the part of the universe, but you're on the same frequency with love, with nature. And even if something negative happens, like even if COVID happens, even if some political turmoil comes up, or even if something goes wrong in your personal lives, you're going to be having a very different response. And the moment you do that, you take back control of your life. You're no longer are allowing anything else outside to have a power over you. This is when, you know, you're like, okay, I don't care. I am going to live my life to the very best of my ability. I'm going to live my life, you know, with my own thought pattern, by creating the reality I prefer to see instead of the reality I'm being shown. So does that make sense, everyone? If so, push a 1. We're not going to be in that reaction mode anymore. We're going to be in the positive mode, in the creator mode, okay? Okay, so right now, the final thing we're going to do, you'll need to practice it. You know, it's not going to be easy. You may need to do it again and again and again until it becomes a part of your life. And like Pam was saying a while ago, sometimes some things might come up, but every time it does, you're going to see that you're going to have a different reaction towards it. And things will feel better, and your life will feel much better than it was before, okay? So right now we're going to do a bit of meditation. Now, why are we doing that on a mindset session, okay? It's all got to do with our mind. It's all got to do with our inner work. And a few slides back, wait, let me just show you. This is basically where we have started. Our thoughts create our reality, and research shows that 80% of those thoughts are negative, right? Which means that majority of people in this world, like millions of people in this world, are always in a negative loop. They're thinking negative thoughts, and according to the law of attraction, they keep on attracting negative reality. So what we need to do is meditate, clear our mind, you know, clear ourselves from those negative energies. And from that place, after we have cleared the slate, we need to focus on positive outcomes. So for this reason, to live an intentional life, we need to clear the slate. We need to meditate. So right now, I would like for you all to do this short exercise. I mean, it's not an exercise, it's just something that will help you feel much better. And I would encourage you to do it, you know, many more times if you can, on your own as well, okay? So I want you to say, I forgive myself, I forgive everyone. Now, I want you to say it out loud. You can turn on your mic for that as well. The moment you declare it, you know, you're going to feel something lifts off you. Because a lot of time in our lives, we live in resentment. You know, we feel like we have been wronged, and we feel like we're not good enough. So we need to remember that it doesn't matter where we are in our life, we are trying our best. It doesn't matter, you know, who did what to us. We have the control, we have the power, and from compassion, you know, from our hearts, we choose to forgive ourselves, and we choose to forgive everyone. So I would like for you all to say, I forgive myself, I forgive everyone.
I forgive myself.
Awesome. Okay.
I forgive myself. I forgive everybody.
I forgive everyone. Yes, okay.
Okay, awesome. So do you feel a little shift in your energy after you said it? And when you say it like from your heart, do you feel something different?
Well, yes, this is Margaret. It took a lot of courage and strength to be able to say that, because you may not be ready to forgive everyone or even yourself. But yes, it feels good having made those two declarations.
Yeah. It feels like something gets lifted off us, right, Margaret?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. Because when we hold on to something, even if it's anger, whatever the reasons are, a part of us gets burnt in the process,
Yeah.
I know it can be tough sometimes.
Yes.
It takes a lot of courage, and I'm so proud of you for being able to do it. And you're going to feel so much lighter. From Supriya and Kumar, it feels lighter, yes. And in my time, I'm about to, after the session, it's like 1:30 a.m. I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up, I'm going to feel the difference. And in your time, who are in the Pacific time, I'm sure the morning has started, right? It's 10:30, it's 11:30 a.m. at your place, right? So
it's 2:30 in the US of A.
Oh, okay, it's 2:30. So what's going to happen in your case is that, after the session, you may think about it a bit, and then perhaps you're going to forget about it completely. You're going to go about doing your daily works. And if you're at workplace, you're going to go home. And then at some point, it's going to sink in that, okay, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. And after you wake up tomorrow, you're going to feel it. It's going to be a feeling a little bit different. Okay, so right now we are going to start the meditation, which is the last thing of today. I think I've taken a bit more time than normal, but I hope you guys are with me. And yeah, it's not going to take much longer anymore. So right now we're going to do a bit of meditation to really clear our slates, to really clear that pattern. So I want you all to close your eyes. And if you are in a place where there is a lot of noise, where there's a lot of distraction, perhaps you could go to a different place. Just relax. Close your eyes. Can you hear the music?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, relax.
I can't believe you're in India and I'm in the United States.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm not in India. I'm in a country beside India. But yes, we have the same time zones. I'm in Bangladesh. But yeah.
Oh, yes, that's still far away from me.
That's
Wow.
okay. Now we're connected.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Take a deep breath in. Relax and take it out. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do few breath holds. You're going to hold your breath for as long as you can, and then you're going to release it from your mouth, okay? So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to breathe in and hold it for a few seconds, and then you're going to breathe out through your mouth, okay? You're going to allow, imagine all the negativity, all the stress going out, through your exhalation. When you're exhaling, it's going to go out of your system. So let's practice once. Breathe in, hold, hold, and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. Okay? So I want you to relax a bit more. Okay? Think about layers, and now we're going to enter into our minds, into our conscious, subconscious minds, we're going to enter deeper through while we're breathing, with the help of our breaths, we're going to enter our deepest corner of our minds. Breathe in, hold, hold, breathe out with force. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. Now, I want you to just sit still for some time. Try not to move your body. Sit still and just listen to the music and breathe in a natural, normal way for some time. Allow yourself to be in that moment. This is a new day. This is a new moment. I choose to be where I want to be. I am the creator of my own reality. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. As you breathe out, imagine all the negativity, all the toxic feelings, everything negative you can ever hold, all of it is leaving you, okay? It's leaving your body, it's leaving your energy body, it's leaving your mind through your breath. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out. Breathe out with force and breathe out with joy. Everything that was negative, all the thought patterns that were negative, it's getting released. It's no longer a part of you. It's all getting washed away. Now, I want you to imagine that there is a white light and it's surrounding your entire body. Okay? Imagine yourself being immersed in that white light, all around your body. There's this pure, beautiful white light. And you feel
I need to leave. No, I need to leave.
Okay. You're feeling a warmth inside that light. You feel calm. What that light is doing is that it's purifying every part of you. Please breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. Okay? Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with force. Relax. Now, I want you to imagine that the white light that you're in, it has become even more brighter. It's now absolutely bright. Inside this white light, every part of you, of your energy field is getting purified. You feel so much better. You feel so much energized in this white light. It's purifying you, it's protecting you, it's healing you. It's healing different parts of your body. It's healing your energy. Now we're going to do the breaths a few more times, and then we're going to allow ourselves to just relax, okay? So a few more times, breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with a lot of force, okay? Allow the really remaining negativity or toxic feelings inside you to just go, just release it, okay? With every breath you exhale, this time exhale with more force through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, 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 and breathe out with a lot of force through your mouth. One last time, breathe in, hold your breath, hold it for as long as you can. Hold your breath and breathe out with force through your mouth. Relax. I am powerful. I'm a powerful creator of my reality. I'm wonderful. I love my life and I love myself. Everything that happens to me is always good. Good people enter my life. Good things happen to me. I'm a wonderful person and wonderful things happen to me. And with this thought, I would love to end this session. After this meditation, you can choose to relax a bit more. Simply observe your breath. And right now, you have done something really powerful, and it may not be apparent like suddenly like that, but right now, you have just put the seed in your subconscious mind. With every breath you took in, with the white light that protected you, that healed you, and with every breath that you exhaled, and with those breaths, all the negativity got washed away, it got cleared. So in your subconscious mind, it has already begun the process of healing, the process of clearing negative patterns. And from this day onwards, when you're going to do your everyday things, when you're going to go about in your everyday life, you're going to notice it, because a different pattern is going to be created right now, okay? You're going to focus more on happier thoughts, you're going to focus more on positivity. So thank you very much for being with me. I love spending my time with you all. I hope you guys had a really good session, and I would encourage you on your own as well to do it as many times as you can, okay? Meditate, focus on your breath, and allow yourself to think, to feel from a more positive and vibrant state. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night or a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Much love to you all.
Thank you too. Great session. Get you some sleep.
Yeah, and have a great day, Pam. Have a
You
great
too.
day tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Take care, everyone. Much love.